Shalom, Yabashim Yahshai Barakathum, to all my brothers, Yahweh Shema, Alathah, Bashim Yahshai, to all my sisters. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. This is the Boston camp. We've been teaching this truth since 1969 under Commander General Yohana. Today is the Feast of Tabernacles, officially at sundown. We will be doing a Sabbath service. And then we'll be having food at the end or in between if you want to grab some food. Just let her know, put it in the thing. She can start putting it in right now. And with that. All right.
La Yashrala.
All right, we're going to start with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Upanya Hakwadam, which means to rise. You're going to turn and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwithka.
Malakwithka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazakah.
Ratazakah.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'arataza.
Ba'arataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Nathan.
Latan.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Call.
Call.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknawa.
Wasalaknawa.
Kabawafnawa.
Kabawatnawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kabawafnawa.
Kabawatnawa.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Tabi'anawa.
Tabaya'anawa.
Banasaya 1.
Banasaya 1.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashinawa.
Hawashinawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wazaparath.
Waha'taparath.
La'aiwalamya.
La'aiwalamya.
Aman.
Aman.
We just read.
We're going to read the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father,
which
art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it. Freddie, catch that real quick. Oh, Salaki. Yeah, you read the Hebrew. Catch that. Yeah, shit. Bring it down. Bring it all the way down. Right. All the way down.
Hey, next is a cop to pound, right?
What? It's in order.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Cop to pound. We're going to read Hakak the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai.
Baba Kushah.
Baba Kushah.
Nathan Lanau.
Nathan Lanau.
Hakak.
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 Laura Pa'ah.
Laura Pa'ah.
Call.
Call.
Makala.
Makala.
Wakal.
Wakal.
Madawa.
Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Hamatazarium.
Hamatazarium.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakwayam.
Lahakwayam.
Hamathayim.
Hamathayim.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al-Rakawath.
Al-Rakawath.
Hatama'ala.
Hatama'ala.
Lagarishan.
Lagarishan.
Ba'ashim Yahushai.
Ba'ashim Yahushai.
Tawad Aman.
Tawad Aman. Freddie, you want to repeat? All right. What we just read. Lord.
Lord. In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the
The
power.
power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of
And
sickness.
all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the
The
lepers.
power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of
In
Yahushua.
the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Next one. Next one.
Next one. Psalms 121. In the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Hahara.
Al-Hara.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Isaiah.
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 Ma'ain.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamah.
Shawamah.
Yasharala.
Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazorka.
Tazolka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Oh, Salakia. La'ah. Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makorai.
Makalrai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Afnapashka.
Afnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'athka.
Taza'athka.
Wabawa'aka.
Wabu'aka.
Ma'aitha.
Ma'aitha.
Wa'aid awalam.
Wa'aid awalam. What we just read. I will lift up my eyes onto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the
From
hills.
whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord,
My help cometh from the
which
Lord,
made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
that keepeth Israel
He that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel.
he that
The Lord is thy keeper.
the Lord is thy
The
keeper.
Lord is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
Lord is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by
The
night.
Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy
The
soul.
Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even
and even
forevermore.
forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahaya,
Alahaya.
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Thakarash,
Al-Dakarash.
Wa'al,
Wa'al.
Tashakwat,
Dashakwat.
Al,
Al.
Kayahana,
Kayahana.
Awayab Yaka,
Awayabyaka.
Yahama Yawan,
Yahama Yawan.
Wamashanayaka,
Womashanayaka.
Nasha'awa,
Nasha'awa.
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash.
Al-Amaka,
Al-Aimaka.
Ya'ara Yamwa,
Slaki. Yaramya.
Sawad,
Sawad.
Wayatha, oh, sorry, Waya,
Waya.
Thayaitas Tazawa,
Daya Tazawa.
Al,
Al.
Tazawa, Slaki, Tazapawanyaka,
Tazapawanyaka.
Amara,
Amala.
Lakawa,
Lakawa.
Wanakakidam,
Wanakakida.
Magoya,
Magoya.
Wala'a,
Wala'a.
Yazaka,
Yazaka.
Sham Yasharala,
Sham Yasha'ala.
Iwad,
Iwad.
Kaya,
Kaya.
Now I Tazawa,
Now I Tazawa.
La,
Love.
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa.
Al Yaka,
Al Yaka.
Bayath,
Bayath.
Yakarath,
Yakarath.
Slaki, Yakarath what?
Yakarath what?
Ahoya,
Ahalia.
Adawam,
Adawam.
Wa Yashamai Alayam,
Wa Ashamai Alayam.
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'aba.
Wa Hagariam,
Wa Hagarian.
Gabal,
Gabal.
Wa Amawan,
Wa Amawan.
Wa Amalak.
Wa Amalak.
Palashath.
Palashat.
Am Yeshabia.
Am Yeshabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawat.
Arman.
Aman.
Hayawa.
Hayawat.
Zarawai.
Zarawai.
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salah.
Salat.
Aisha Laham.
Aisha Laham.
Kamadian.
Kamajin.
Kasaya Sara'a.
Kasayasara'ah.
Kayabian.
Kayabian.
Banakar.
Banakal.
Kwayashwan.
Kwayashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Ba'ayan Da'ara.
Ba'ayan Da'ara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La'adama.
La'adama.
Shayathamwa.
Shayathamwa.
Nadayamawa.
Nadayamawa.
Ka'arab.
Ka'arab.
Wakaza'aba.
Wakaza'aba.
Wakazabak.
Wakazabak.
Wakazazalmanai.
Wakazalmanai.
Call.
Call.
Nasayo Yum Slaki. Nasaya Kamwa.
Nasayakamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amara.
Na Yarasha.
Nayarashah.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Ath.
Ath.
Na'awath.
Na'awath.
Alahayam.
Alahayam.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shayathamwa.
Shiyathamwa.
Kagargala.
Kagalgala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya Raka.
Lapanya Rakah.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Saba'ira Ya'ira.
Daba'ira Ya'ira.
Wakala Slaki. Wakal Lahaba.
Wakal Lahaba.
Wabasawapathka.
Wabasawapafka.
Sabahalam.
Sabahalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'ah.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kualawan.
Kualawan.
Wayabakwashwa.
Webakwashwa.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wayabahawa.
Wayabahawa.
Aja'ai.
Aja'ai.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Atha.
Atha.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Labadka.
Labadka.
Al-Yawan.
Al-Yawan.
Al-Kaha-Arataza.
Al-Kaha Arataza. All right, what we just read in Psalms 83. Salaki, let me just pull this up. Psalms 83. Keep not thy silence,
Keep not thy
O
silence,
power.
O power.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace,
and be not still,
and be not still,
O power.
O power.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate
have
thee
lifted up the head.
have lifted up their
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted
and consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thine hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
come
come
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation,
that the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab
of Moab
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal
Gabal
and Ammon
and Ammon
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur
Assur
is also joined with them.
has also joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kasan,
as the brook of Kasan,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles
Make their nobles
like Orad
like Orad
and like Ze'er.
and like Ze'er.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all their princes
all their princes
as Zabah
as Zabah
and as Zalmunna,
and as Zalmunna,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the house of the Most High
the house of the Most
in
High
possession.
in possession.
O my power,
O my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as a stubble before the wind,
as a stumble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flames
setteth
the mountains on fire.
setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute
with
them
thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled forever.
and troubled forever.
Yeah,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the Most High
art the Most High
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
One more. Did it knock
We're going to
down?
have a prayer for the
Put it
power
up.
structure.
Put it up. Hold on one second. She not, don't touch that. The handle. Bring it up. Not too much. Keep going. Right there. Don't make sure you don't hit that. Go ahead.
We're going to have a prayer in Hebrew for the blessings of the power structure. Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai,
Why Yahweh Shai?
Yamaya Alaka,
What? Maya Alka.
Wa Alahaya,
Wa Alahayim.
Matazabaya,
Matazabaya.
Alawat Yahana,
Alawat Yahana.
Ha Alawapyam,
Ha Alawatyam.
Ha Sarayan, Ha Saranyam,
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Quatazayanyam,
Ha Kwatazayanyam.
Ha Ka Slakya, Ha Kayayoyam,
Ha Kalyayoyam.
Waha Akwathyam,
Wa Akwathyam.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Bahashim Yahweh Shai,
By Hashem Yahushai.
the Wada Aman.
The water Aman. We just read. Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh,
and Yahushai,
and Yahweh Shai,
and Michael,
and Michael,
and the angels,
and the angels,
Commander General Yohanan,
Commander General Yohanan,
the generals,
the generals,
the captains,
the captains,
the officers,
the officers,
the troopers,
the troopers,
and the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of
in
Yahushai.
the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
All right. Asar, which means to turn. Yeshabia, which means to be seated. All right. Just get this out your way. All right. Got it?
Just making sure everything's nice and tugged.
All right.
Knock over nothing.
Okay. So. All right. Okay. Suab. Put this in here. In your joint. Okay. Rock, I need you to turn the joint. Turn it over, the camera. It was shifted, that's why.
Oh, it's not tight.
No, you gotta turn it this way, towards me. Like this. Yeah, right there. Bring it down a little bit. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. All right. Feast of Tabernacles. As you know, we are required to keep the Lord's holy days. Now, the world does not understand, the world of Israel, as I might say, the world of so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Indians. They don't understand, nor do they prescribe to what the Lord has told our forefathers. You got to remember, when you think about nations, right? Nations are established by a family tree, right? When you think about the Chinese, right? The inception of that nation started from one man, right? So when you think of Israel, you go all the way back to Jacob. Then you go to his fathers and his fathers, Isaac and Abraham. And the Lord gave our ancestors these high holy days to keep. And it was only given to the children of Israel. And this is something, because, you know, we're in the land of our captivity and we lost our way of life. We lost our culture. We lost our essence as a nation, as a people. we have become accustomed to the holidays of our oppressors. No one is focused on keeping keeping these high holy days, such as the one today, the Feast of Tabernacles. Everyone's focused on Thanksgiving. Everyone's focused on Christmas. It's that season where our oppressor and America is going to be fueled and receive more power by us killing ourselves at our slaves to get a goddamn Christmas tree in the crib, to get presents for these bad little kids running around, and you bind their love. But go ahead.
Salaki, sir, I just want to give a hand to the Most High for COVID-19.
Get the Most High a hand for that. The Most High has shut down this kingdom, and he has the powers that be scrambling, trying to save whatever little bit they can in this kingdom. And as all this unfolds, we will be like our ancestors when the angel of death came to kill all the firstborn of the Egyptians. And we were dressed how I'm dressed today. We was dressed in our garments, eating lamb and drinking wine. When the plagues pour out in America, you should not be sad, because this is not your homeland. This is not your place of rest. What you should do as the Lord pours out the plagues, you should sit back, get some lamb, get the finest wine or scotch, however, whatever your cup of tea is, and it should be a moment to remember. Meaning, you should think back as these plagues hit America. You should think back as to what the Lord did when he got us out of Egypt, and what he had to do to show the world that he was the Most High power, to show the world that you do not mess with his elect. You do not mess with his firstborn, which is Israel, right? And so the Lord is going to have to show the world again. And COVID-19 is just, that's just it's just the warm up, right? But yeah, let's get started. So we're going to do so basically we're going to start at Leviticus 23. Leviticus 23 is where all the high holy days that you are to keep, that was passed down to Moses, which is passed down to Aaron, which was passed down to our ancestors. And so this is something that we pass down from generation to generation, from your kids to their kids, and this should continue to go on. You know what I mean? This is something that we are going to keep forever. But let's do verse 7 in the Hebrew.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1.
Give me 1 second. Let me just pull out my other one. Okay. All right. Bear with me, y'all. Let me just get to Leviticus real quick. All right. 23 verse 1. Go ahead. Verse 7 in the Hebrew.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wayadabar, Yahweh, Al-Mashah, La'amar, Dabar, Banya, Yasharala, Wa'amar, Salaki, Wa'amar Waf,
Wa'amarath.
Wa'amarath, Alaham, Mawaidia, Yahweh, Ashar, Thaquara, Al-Na. That's not right, sir?
Thaquara Awa.
Awa. Count out of one count. Salakia. Yahweh, Ashar, Thakwa Ana, a thumb, Makwara Ana, Quadash, Alaha, Hum,
375.
Mawa'ai, Salaki, Mawa'ai, Ya,
Khan.
Shashaf, Yamayum, Ta'aisha, Mala'aka, Wabaya, Wabayawam, Hashabat, Ya Aya, Shabbath 1, Makwa Ra'ah, Qudash, Call, Mala'aka, La'ah, Tha'aisha,
The Aisha Wa.
Tha'aisha was, Salakia. Shalakia. Shakath.
Nope. That's
Shabbat?
Shabbat. Yeah.
Oh, Salakia. Shabbat. Hawa'ah. La Yahweh. Bakar. Mawasha Bath Yakum. Alaha. Mawa'idiyah. Yahweh. Makwara Ayah.
What? It's like it. Makwara.
Makwara Ayah. Makwara Ayah. Qudash. Ashar. Thakwara Ayah. Oh, Salakia. Thakwara Awa. Atham. Bamawa I done. But oh man, what's that one? Bakadash. Hara Asha 1. Ba'ara Salaki. Ba'ara Ba'aith. Ba'ai. Aishar. Lachadash. Banya.
Bayan. You're right. Bayan.
Oh, Banya.
Bayan.
Banya.
No, Bayan.
Banya.
No.
No.
Bayan.
Bayan. Okay.
That's right.
Bayan. Salakia. Ha'ira bawam. Pasa la sha Salakia. La Yahweh.
Yep.
Wabakwa Masha. Aishar. Yawam. Lachadash. Hatazaha.
No, that's Hazaha.
Oh, Hazaha. Salakia. Hazaha. Salakia.
Kaga.
Kaga. Hama'ai Wath.
No, there's Hama Tazawath.
Oh, Hamatazawath.
Tazawath. Khan.
La Yahweh. Shaba'ith. Yamawam.
Yamayum.
Matazawath.
That's right.
Akalawa.
The Akalawa. Yep.
Bayan
Bayawam.
Bana yo. Slakia. Ba na yawam.
Bayawam.
Ba yawam.
That's right.
Hara a Slakia. Hara a Slakia. One
Hara'ashawan.
Hara Ashawan Makwa Ra'a Qudash Yahweh Lakam Call Mala'akaf Ibadha La'a Ta'aisha Shawa
The Aishawa, yep. Okay, Rob.
Wa Raha
I
Wahakwara.
think that's
Oh,
it,
Slack,
yeah.
that's it. Come.
All right.
Slack, I got on the roll. Slack.
I seen you getting fired up. Yeah, start at verse 1.
Count out of one count. 23 verse 1 in the English. The Lord spoke to Moses saying, speak to the Israelite people. Oh, Slack. Let me read this from my phone.
Yeah, no, you don't want to read that. Yeah, exactly. I made that mistake one time.
Definitely don't want to read this in this version. But Salakia. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Now, yeah, you can grab it. You can grab that. Go ahead. Slakia.
Shalom, son of Lord Christ. Mm-hmm. Okay, hold on. He's in a handicapped spot. He wants to know if he's good in the handicapped spot.
No.
He said, no, he's definitely not good in the handicapped spot. So, what's the best place?
You got to probably catch the main streets or the side streets.
He said you
Like the meters and all that.
Yeah, catch a main street or a side street. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Count out on count. We're starting to read the English, the first 7 in English.
Slakia, bear with us.
Count out on count. Shalom, brother.
Go ahead.
Salakia. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1 in the English. The Lord spoke Salakia, I was supposed to read it from there. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Now, the Lord spake unto Moses. I know a lot of y'all believe that the Lord speaks directly to you, right? I mean, you are the almighty prophet, and he speaks directly to you. What you got to understand is that as you scour through the Bible, you'll start to see a pattern of the men that the Lord dealt with. And when you start to notice that pattern, I need Christians to pay attention. You'll start to understand that the Lord is not dealing with your nasty, disgusting behind that is fulfilling his lust with all the weed that you smoke and all the women that all the whores that you sleep with. The Lord is not dealing with you. The Lord deals with the man of God. When he dealt with Isaiah, when he dealt with Jeremiah, and when he dealt with what's his name? You know what I'm thinking of? Who was John the Baptist? Elijah. When he dealt with Elijah, when Elijah would come on the scene, they would fear that brother. Listen, if you were to go to see Elijah, you'd have to come bearing gifts. When you came to see a man of the Lord, understand that they feared them brothers because they knew that the Lord was with them brothers.
Come.
The Lord is not with your weed smoking behind. I'm gonna let you know that right now. The voices that you hear, they call that schizophrenia. Right. I think they call it bipolar. When you hear them voices in your head, it's not the Lord. Trust and believe. The Lord is not dealing with you. Now, you might have an instance where you might have a dream from the Lord. I don't know, right? The Lord might have told you something in a dream or something, an angel of the Lord or something. But for the most part, the Lord only dealt with one man. So why did he deal with one man? To not bring confusion, right? How am I going to deal with him and then deal with him and then deal with him? Like, that's just confusion. It's chaos. The Lord always established structure. He always established a rank system. But go ahead.
Khan Adawan Khan.
Now, keep in mind, time and time, you're gonna say you're gonna always see this pattern. And the Lord spake unto Moses, and the Lord spake unto Jeremiah, and the Lord spake unto Isaiah. All right. But go ahead. I just want you to free your mind so you don't end up in a nut house. Go ahead.
Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord.
Now, this is concerning the feast of the Lord, right? When your birthday comes around, that is not the feast of the Lord.
Right.
When Christmas comes around, that is not the feast of the Lord. How do we know? We're reading Leviticus 23, where all the feasts of the Lord are mentioned in Leviticus 23. So he said concerning the feast of the Lord. And the Lord is very adamant about these feasts, in that, 4,000 years later, we should be keeping these same feasts. Ain't nothing changed. God says this, I change not. He don't change. You change. He don't change. But go ahead.
Khan Adawan Khan. Which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest.
The Lord created the Sabbath for man. He didn't create Salakia. The Lord created the Sabbath, and it was designed for your employer, who would stricken you with hours of work and days of work and would never give you a day off so he can get rich. The biggest problem in Israel is that we've always have been in battle. It's always been a battle between the rich and the poor. And so the Lord had to make sure that the rich did not abuse their power, which is why he created the Sabbath, so that you can get a day off so you can spend with your family. You've been working 6 days for this bastard, kindling his fire, taking care of his kids, in full-time servitude for this bastard, and this bastard won't even try to give you a day off. If it wasn't for the Lord, he'd have you working every single day. He'd call you 4 hours. He'd call you in the wee hours of the morning, and just to get you to go over there and boil his pot and kindle his fire. So the Lord made sure. He knows how we think, right? We can't figure out how the Lord thinks, but he knows how we think and how carnal we can get. And so he created this. So he says 6 days shall work be done. On the 7th day, man, take that day off, man. That's for you and your kids. Go to the movies, hang out, have fun, go shopping, do whatever you got to do. But go ahead.
Khan Adawan Khan. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings.
He said, in what?
All your dwellings.
And it's in all your dwellings, man. You know what I mean? The Lord knew that we weren't going to stay in that promised land for too long.
Khan.
It was promised, and we received that promise. And guess what? We broke everything, every covenant that the Lord put in place, to the point where he had to establish a new covenant, right? Because we broke the old covenant, right? So that's why he's saying in all your dwellings, because he knew we would end up in America. He knew we would end up on slave ships in Brazil, in South America, right? But go ahead.
Khan Adawan Khan, verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons.
And this is what we do. We proclaim it in our seasons. We do what the Lord has prescribed us, our ancestors, to do. We continue it till this day. Now, you don't realize the importance of keeping these feast days. You don't realize the importance of these high holy convocations. At the end of the day, let me ask you. I want to ask the crowd a question. What is the purpose of this school? Is it to make it into heaven, or is it to rule the kingdom of heaven with Christ? Right. That's what we're here for. We're being trained in the ISUPK to rule the kingdom of heaven with Christ. That's what we're being trained to do. And what you got to understand is that while the Moabs, they keep their feast days. They celebrate their Chinese New Year's. They keep it to the T. Every culture has their holy days that they keep. The white man, the problem is that in America, we keep the white man's holy days. His holy days is Christmas. Why wouldn't it be? Right? Why wouldn't Christmas be his holy? Why wouldn't Thanksgiving be his holy day? Right? Just like we celebrate the Passover and we celebrate the death of our enemies, the white man celebrates the death of his enemies. Right?
Come.
He does. He celebrates the death of the Native Indians, the so-called Native Indians, every year. And he remembers it, and then he even puts a Black Friday right next to that. Boop, next day, Black Friday, right? That Black Friday represented the massacres that he committed towards our people, right? But go ahead.
Come out of one come.
What verse we in?
I'm on verse 5.
Go ahead.
In the 14th day of the first month, at even is your Lord's Passover. Verse 6.
Put some ice in there.
And on the 15th day of the same month is the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
So the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So now, we just talked about celebrating the death of our enemies, right? And it sounds cruel to a Christian. This sounds horrible to be able to say that. But at the end of the day, right? If someone was to murder your child, would you not want justice? Right?
Come.
You would want justice, right? We wouldn't say, oh, that's cruel and unusual to even think that way, that you would want justice for someone murdering your children. Well, we was in captivity under these Egyptians for 400 years, and they did horrible crimes towards us. Just like the so-called white men in America, they've done horrible crimes towards us. The French did horrible crimes towards the Haitians. The Spaniards did horrible crimes towards all of Central America and South America. So now, the Passover is us celebrating the death of our enemies.
Come.
It's us celebrating the fact that the Lord stretched out his arms while we were drowning in Egypt. We were drowning in oppression in Egypt, and the Lord stretched out his arms to grab us out of there, to pull us out of the grips of Pharaoh, right? And he's going to do the same thing with America, right? That's why we have the sign outside. You can catch us on the weekends, on Saturdays, right? You see it, slavery in America, slavery in Egypt. It's no difference. It is a parallel historical event that's going on when we was in Egypt and when we was in America. So now we do celebrate the Passover because the Lord considered us. The angel of death went and he killed every firstborn of the Egyptians. Why did he kill every firstborn of man, woman, and child? It's because of what they did to his people. The Lord has a nation of people that he loves. And time again, he shows us this love and we reject it. And we continue to commit offenses towards the Lord. Time and time again. We all deserve to die. Every single one of us. Anyone that's in this room right now that is keeping this feast day, we deserve to chop each other's head off right now. You know what I mean? We all deserve to die. So understand that as we keep in these feast days, it's to remember the victory that the Lord gave us over our enemies. Every nation does it, right? Our oppressor, he celebrates the victory of the so-called Native Indians on Thanksgiving. But let's for the last hour we're gonna just
Come.
read. Salaki, if I may. I'm about to read in a sec. Just put it over there. In a sec.
Verse Salakia, middle of verse 6. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. In the first day ye shall have it, verse 7. In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation.
So the day after the Passover, you got to remember, just to reiterate, because the Passover is something to know and why it's very important. The day after the Passover, the Egyptians wanted us the hell out of there. He wanted to get us out. They wanted to get us out of there because the whole night while we're hearing screamings and cryings and roarings for the children that died, the Egyptian children that died, we were in our house fully dressed in our garments, eating lamb and drinking wine while we're hearing the screaming and the crying outside our door. That following day, they came to us and they said, y'all gotta go. I mean, we spoiled the Egyptians without even lifting up a sword, without even lifting up a pencil, right? To even or any sort of weapon. We spoiled them. They gave us their jewelry. They gave us all their substances to get us out of there. You know when you want someone to leave, right? We be at camp sometimes, right? And we might see, we got this one devil that sits at our camp spot. And we want that specific location at that camp spot. What do? We're like, hey, here's a couple bucks, man. Right? Here's $3. Listen, the positioning matters at the camp spot, right? Here's a couple bucks. Go ahead, devil. Go enjoy that. And we get the devil on out of there. Sometimes you gotta break bread to get people out, right?
Come.
Sometimes you gotta be like, all right, here's some chump change, go. But when we spoiled them, we took we had so much substance when we left. And they wanted us out of there so fast, we didn't have time to make meals and prepare meals for the journey. You gotta keep in mind, we're gonna journey across the Red Sea. That's a long journey, right? We're gonna journey across the Red Sea to go in the wilderness. We gotta prepare. We got kids, especially if you got kids. You gotta prepare food. So the unleavened bread was something that we could just bake quick, get it, boom, pack all our stuff, and we out. We you know what I mean? That's why that's important. So that's why you shouldn't have any leaven in your crib. Everything has a meaning. Everything in Leviticus 23, every feast day, every high holy convocation has a particular meaning to it. There's something that is to be memorialized when we keep these. But that's the last one?
About to finish it now, sir. Uh-huh. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Say it one more time.
Ye shall do no servile work
and you
therein.
shall do no servile work. Now, don't get it twisted. If you got a slave and you got to go to the slave, the Lord understands. You're in your captivity, right? The Lord understood that. But understand, in our kingdom, we ain't gonna do no servile work.
Come.
Right? Now we might have the heathens do some work, but we ain't gonna do no servile work in our kingdom. But let's keep going. That's 7?
Verse 8, conduct.
Yeah, let's go. All right.
Verse 8 in the Hebrew.
No, I'm gonna do the next one.
Oh, okay.
And you're gonna read it. All right, verse 8 in the Hebrew. All right, we got 44 verses, so bear with us. We're gonna bang this out in about an hour. All right, verse 8 in the Hebrew. From 8 to 16, we're going to go. 8 to 14. Salakia. Wahakwa, Rabathum, Ashar, Layahawa, Shaba'ith, Salakia, Yamayam, Bayawam, Hashabaya Ayah, Makwara'a, Kwadash, Kal, Mala'akath, Ibadah, La'ah, Salakia, Tha'ai Shawah, verse 9. Wayadabar Yahweh al Mashal Amar, verse 10. Dabar al Banya Yasha Allah wa Amarath Alaham Salakia Kaya Thaba'awa al Ha'arataza Ashar Anya Salakia Nathan Lakam Wakwa Tazarathum Ath Quataza Slaki. Quataza Yara Slaki. Waha Bahathum Atha Imar Shayatha Quatazaya Rakam Al Hakahan. Verse 11. Wahanayap Ath Ha'imar Lapanya Yahweh Larataza Nakam Mama Tharath Hashabath Yanaya Panawa Hakahan. Verse 12. Wathashayatham Bayawam Hanaya Pakam Ath Ha'imar Kabash Thamayam Ban Shenathawa Laya Laha Layahawa. Verse 13. Womana Kathawa Shanya Aishara Nayam Salath Balaya La Bashaman Asha Layahawa Rayak Nayathak Nayakak Wanasaka Yayan Rabba Aitha Hahayan. Verse 14. Layathum Wakwala Laya Slaki Wakaramal La'a Tha'a Kalawa what's that? Itazum Hayawam Hazaha Habayakam Ath Slaki Atha Kwaraban Allahayakam Slaki. What's that? Thakwath? Yeah, Thakwath. I will Lada Slaki. Ladara Thayakam. Bakal. Mashabarath Thayakam. Sa. All right.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 8 in English. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days.
Yep.
And the 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. Verse 9. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 10. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye be come in the land, into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest.
That's right. So now, right after the Feast of Unleavened Bread is the Feast of First Fruits. And it's going to explain that you're going to bring the best of your fruits. You ain't going to bring no rotten fruits. You're not going to bring anything. Like, you want to be able to, you got to keep in mind, you're presenting this to the Lord. The Lord, understand, when it came to the sacrifices that the Lord told you to make, right? The Lord needed a blood sacrifice. And so we would use lambs, we would use goats, we would use animals as these sacrifices. The Lord, he didn't care about your cows, he didn't care about your animals, he didn't care about that. But he wanted to hit you where it hurt. You know what I mean? He wanted to financially hurt you. Like, he wanted to take the best of your cow, because that cow was the one that's going to, or that animal, or that lamb, or that goat was the one that's going to bring you the best offsprings, right? You use those, you use the best of yours to breed, right? He wanted the best. And you were required to give him the best, right? Yeah. And so when it came to these fruits, for all you Israelites out there that think that tithes is not money, well, let me know which one of y'all have farms. I can guarantee you none of y'all have farms. Not that little dumb tomato stand that your girl got outside her house.
The community garden.
The community garden. None of y'all got farms, man. You in the land of your captivity. Now, maybe one or two of y'all might have a little farm or something. But I can guarantee you, y'all not bringing no fruits. You know what I mean? So, don't get it twisted. The Lord is always going to want the best. You put it in a sheath. The priest would take it, and he would make the offering for you. Remember, the priest always made the offerings for you. You didn't make the offering yourself. So you bring your tithes to the priests and prophets of the Lord. You bring your offerings to them, right? But go ahead.
Con out of one con. Verse 11. And he shall wave a sheath before the Lord to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it.
Now, why does the Lord require to keep the Feast of First Fruits? It's because the Lord is the one that has blessed you with the harvest that you were able to collect. He's the one that allowed you to reap all that. He's the one that gave you the land, right? And this is before they even had the land. The Lord gave them this, right? Mm-hmm. The Lord said, before you go into the promised land, this is what you're going to know. You're going to know all these statutes, all these commandments are going to be given to you. See, understand what the wilderness was. The wilderness was a training, right? When we went into the wilderness, the Lord put us in this training, right, for 40 years. And understand that not everybody passed. Let me put it this way. The Lord wanted to prove us in the calm down. The Lord wanted to prove us in the wilderness. And to prove someone is to what? Test them, right? So now, as Moses is spewing out everything that the Lord is telling them, we're being tested to see if we're worthy to go into the promised land. Likewise, in America today, the Lord is proving you in the land of your captivity, right? You are being tested. That's why what do? We rehearse these righteous acts. This is what we're doing right now. We're rehearsing. Because the minute we go back into the wilderness, brother, the test is on it. You know what I mean? Get ready to be tested again. Right? But go ahead.
Count out of one count. Verse 12. And ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheaf and he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord.
That's right.
And the meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled.
All right, keep reading. Break it down.
Oh, break it down?
Yeah, we keep reading, break it down. So like I said, shalom, Lord Christ.
Of 2 flours mingled. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Franny, go get the door for him.
Burnt offering to the Lord,
All right,
a lamb of the first year without blemish. The meal offering with it shall be 2/10 of a measure of choice flour with oil.
All right, let's get to the Hebrew. That's 14?
No, sir, I was just on 12.
All right, read up to 14 for sake of time. We
Count
gotta go.
Verse 13, and the meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto the Lord for a sweet savor. And the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, the 4th part of an hin. Verse 14, and ye shall eat neither bread nor parched corn nor green ears until the selfsame day that ye have brought an offering unto God, unto your power. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings.
That's right. Now let's get to 15. Let's do the 15 in Hebrew. 15 to 22.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, we'll do 15, 22.
Count out on count. Verse 15 in the Hebrew. Yama pa.
You in the right one? 15?
Verse 23 and 15. Come, sir.
No, you're in the wrong one. Next one.
23.
23.
That's 23, right? 15 to 23.
Oh, yeah, right there? Okay, go ahead.
What's up, parath? It's like, what's a parathum?
Yep.
Lachem?
Yep.
Mama karath? Shabath, Maya Wam,
He's coming.
Makwa Ya Akam, Atha, Imar, Wasa Slaki, Wasa Na, that's a Na, no, Wasa Ga, what is that?
What the na?
Oh, that is a Na.
Wapa.
Wasa Na, Wapa, Shaba'ai, Shabasa Sawath, Sama Yamas, Saha Yaya Naha, Aid, Mama Karath, Hashabath, Ha Shabbat Ya Aith, Sasapara, Kama Salai, Kama Shawam, Kama Shayam, Yawam, Wahakwa Kwarabath Basam,
Khan.
Manakath,
Manaka.
hold on, Manakath,
No, that's Manaka.
oh, Slaga,
Manaka. Yeah.
Manaka, Kadasha, La Yahweh,
Verse 17.
Mama Ra
Leviticus
Shabbath
23.
Yakam,
17.
Saba Ya Awa, Lacham,
Hey, Frenny.
Sana no Slaga, Sana Wapath, Shatayam, Shania,
That's Shanya.
Shanya,
Shanya.
Aishara, Nayam,
Khan.
Salaf, Saha Yaya Natha, Kama Taza, Sa'a Pa Ya Salaf, Sa'a Pa Ya
Slux.
Natha, Baka Wa Ra Yam, La Yahweh, Wasakwa Ra Basam, Allah, Salakam, Shaba'aitha, Slaki, but Slaki, Kaba Shayam, Samaya, Maya Mayam, Banaya, Slaki, Banya.
Banya, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Slaki, I get caught spelling it more than saying it.
Yeah, me
Slaki.
too. Me too. I do the same thing.
Shanaha, Wapar, Ban, Bakwar, Akar,
Akkad.
oh, it's like that isn't the Akkad, yeah, it's like it. Wa'ayalam, Wa'alayam, Shanayam, Yaha,
Yahayawa.
yeah, I hate
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I'm
Yahayawa,
Khan.
Allah, La Yahweh, Wama Naka Sam, Bana, Slakia,
18.
Wana,
Incense.
Sakha
Second drum.
Yaham
Second drum.
Asha Bayacha
The water circle.
Ba Yakaka Bayakaka La Yahweh Wa Aisha Yatham Sha'ai Yara Isayam Hakad, it's like Akkad, Lachad Pa. It's like, which one is that?
Where you at again?
I'm in the middle of 19.
You said it's
Laka
oh,
Sa
no, Latha Ta'ath.
Lakata. Lakata'ath. It's like Washanaya.
Okay.
Kakashatham. Banya. It's like
19.
Shanaha. Lazak.
Lazabak.
Oh, that's a buck. Sloppy. Lazabak. What? I mean, Shalamayam.
Yeah, that's right. Verse 20, sir.
Verse 2.
Verse
Wahana Pa. Wahana Yap.
Yeah, right. You got it. You just got
Wahana
it.
Yap.
Waha Nayap.
Waha Yap.
Waha Nayap.
Wahana Yap.
That's right.
Hakahana.
Hakahan.
Oh, it's Salaki. It's a priest.
No, you're good. You're too out.
Yeah. Hakahan. Atham. Ila. Lacham.
The thumb.
Oh, it's like Latham. It's like it, sir. That's a cut. That's connected. Look connected here.
Oh yeah, that's what you say. Yeah. Lakam.
Lakam.
You're right.
Habaka wa Rayam. Thanawa Paha.
Tanawapa.
Tanawapa. Lapa Naya. Lapanya. Wow. I know that word. Yahweh. Allah. Shanaya. Kaba Shayam. Quadash. Yahayaha. La Yahweh. Lakahan.
That's right.
Laquara Atham. Ba'ai Taza La Salakia. La Tha. It's like Tha. I mean. Ba'ai
Tazam.
Tazam.
No, but I Tazam.
Tazam?
That's it. Tazam.
Okay. Ba'ai Tazam. Hawa Wum. Haya Wum. Hazaha. Hakwara. Salakia. Makwara A.
You're good. You can go.
Quadash. Yahweh. Lakam. Call. Mala'aka. Salakia. Bada.
That's right.
La'a.
Yep.
Sa'aishawa. Salakia. Kakwath. Salakia. Walam.
That's right.
Bakwala. Mawa Shabath Yakum. Ladarath Yakum. Oh, that's it.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
21 is the end. When I finish 21, remember every 7.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Yeah, so imagine if we grew up learning the Hebrew. Imagine that, right? I mean, we would be able to decipher. Just like nobody would be able to know what the hell's going on. You'd be like, yeah, we understand. Yeah, that's cool. He'd be like, what the hell? Oh, come on. What are you speaking? I mean, I'm gonna just say something quick. When we grew up, right, we used to, when I was in high school, right, we used to just come up with stuff that we knew nobody would understand.
Make our own.
You know what I mean? There's an advantage to that, knowing your own. To be able to just see an Israelite, just be like, hey, how about you just look at that?
That's right.
Oh, what's going on? Yeah, everything cool? Yeah. And you be able to, there's a, that's why I grew up a Levite, right? When Haitians come to the country, they look, they be like, he looks Haitian, and they be like, stop I say, and they wait. He be like, I'm not Haitian. He be like, oh, okay, I gotta move on. They look to see who they can flock with. You know what I mean? You ever see that? Like, it's like you look, that's how we should be. Because it creates a better sense of comfort amongst each other, right? Instead of expressing our oppressor's language, well, we have to relay with everybody. And we have no way to divide ourselves, and language divides. That's well known, right? Listen, if the Hispanics didn't speak Spanish, and if the Haitians didn't speak French, and we all spoke one language, we would have been flocking together. We would have been like, all right, the language does divide. So it's good that we're reading the Hebrew, because we need to teach our children and our children's children, this is our language. This is our culture. We need to denounce their language. The first language we should learn is the Lashon Kodash, our holy tongue. This is the first language we should learn before we know English. But it's unfortunate because we're in this captivity. The first language we picked up was Spanish, French, Creole. You know what I mean? English. You know what I mean? The language of our slave master. But it's good. But let's go. Let's read it in English. And next one, can you do the Hebrew in the next one?
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 15,
Go ahead.
in the English. And ye shall count unto you for the morrow, after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering. 7 Sabbaths shall be complete.
That's right.
Verse 16, even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath, ye shall number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto Yahweh.
So after the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of First Fruits, from the start, we do a service on the Feast of First Fruits. Then we go 50 days out, 49 days out, right? It's 50 days is what they're explaining, which is what we keep. Go ahead.
Verse 17, ye shall bring out of your habitation 2 wave loaves of 2 tenth deals. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven.
That's right.
They are the first fruits unto the Most High. And ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 young bullock, and 2 rams. They shall be for a burnt offering unto the Most High.
That's right.
With their meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto the Most High. Then ye, verse 19, then ye shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offering.
Let me tell you something. Like I mentioned earlier, we all deserve to die, right? The Lord don't give a damn about your kid goats, your lambs, but He wanted to hurt you financially. He wanted to hit you where it hurt, and He knows with Israel we love that money. You know what I mean? We love that product, right? And so He wants the best of your product. That's what He wants. So at the end of the day, You know what I mean? We did this, but we know now that the final offering was Christ. That was the real. Everything that you see in Leviticus 23 was a foreshadow of things to come. Animals couldn't stop you from being a thief. Sacrificing animals couldn't stop you from being a thief. The law could not stop you from being an adulterer, right? But you got to remember, the law had dominion over you, right? The law came with the punishment, which is why every single one of us broke it. Even while we're stoning someone for committing adultery, we deserve to be stoned at that time because we did an offense to the Lord as well. If you missed one Passover, you deserve to die, right? If you had a flat nose, you weren't allowed in the congregation. If you was a dwarf, you weren't allowed in the congregation. If you married a heathen, which most of us do, most of us have sex with heathens. If you had sex with a heathen, them children wouldn't be able to come in. They'd be kicked out till 10 generations later. You know what I mean? So every single one of us deserved to die. Not, even the ones that picked up the stone to kill the adulterer. We all deserve to die. So at the end of the day, those sacrifices was a representation of something that was a foreshadow to come, which led us to Christ, right? That's what it led us to. The law couldn't save us, but the law showed us that we were sinners. The law showed us that we were sinners, but now it's by faith through Christ. He was the one that, he's the one that we look on to now. He's the one that was able to redeem us back to the Lord. You know what I mean? Because, we were still being wicked. We used to be like, all right, just take the best lamb and I'm just go sleep with this guy's wife. You know what I mean? And I got another lamb here. And so we'd look at all the good lambs. I only got like 3 left. So I only got 3 other wives that I could sleep with. That's how it worked. You know what I mean? And it was our schoolmaster, but it never purified us. It never sanctified us. But go ahead.
Verse 20. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering before the Most High.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because people are going to say, well, why aren't you guys sacrificing lambs right now? You guys are celebrating, you guys are keeping these feast days. You should be doing this. People don't understand the Bible. They're still weed heads. They're still, go ahead.
Salaki, sir, we still do.
No, what I'm saying is, people are going to say, while you read this,
Yeah.
they're going to say, why aren't you cutting, you know what I mean? Leave that up to the white man. Let him do his religion, right? Because he's still waiting on a Messiah that's never going to come. You know what I mean? He's still waiting on a Messiah and an Antichrist. Right? That's what he's waiting on. But this book is not for him. Leviticus 23, number one, we was in our land, right? And we had a promise from the Lord, and we had an inheritance where lots were split up to us, where we had, the Lord blessed us with cattle and this and that and the third. We're not in our land, and we're not even, the sacrificial laws are done away with because we have Christ now, who was the lamb without blemish, right? That redeemed us all. So, but this just in case anyone's online, like you guys are. Where's the lamb then? Where's the sheaf in the, you know what I mean? But go ahead.
Khan out of one kind. Verse 21. And ye shall proclaim on the self same day, that it may be an holy convocation unto you. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
21, right? All right. Imagine.
Oh, Flocky said there's more on it.
21?
I'm not finished with 21.
Go ahead.
It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations.
Sir, state your registry.
Rakab Bonaparium Bon Yasha'Allah.
Rakab Bonaparium Bon Yasha'Allah. All right. Yabashim Yashai Brakatham.
Yabashim Yashai Brakatham.
All right. Rock, just catch that corner once he gets in here. Slide, sir. All right, so we have to do 44 verses, so we got to fly right through it. So I'll have you read the English, just to fly right through it. Rock, I'm just gonna, we only got about 25 minutes,
So I'm just gonna fly right through this. And you can break it down.
Shit.
Slack. Yeah, you can break it down too.
All right, move
as
on.
you go through.
Nigga,
So Rock, I'm gonna read it.
kind of
The next 7 he'll break it down. I'm gonna read
I'll
it.
read it in English.
Next 7 he's gonna break it down.
Okay.
I'm gonna read it. Next 7 we'll break it down until the end. Go back and forth. All right. All right. Verse 22. Salaki, if I may.
Read it in the Hebrew. So you want it in the Hebrew here. I can read it on my phone.
If you get the blue letter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you could. Verse 22.
Oh shit. What happened?
Wabakrat tazarakam atha kwataziyah ara thakam la'a thaka la pa'ath shadak shadak bakwa tazarak wala kwat kwa tazayarat la'a halakwat la slaki la I naya wala gar the zab atha anya Yahweh Allah yakam sa. Verse 23. Waya debar Yahweh al mashah la amar. Verse 24. Debar al banya yasha Allah la amar. But the dash Salaki Hasha Bayaya Ba'a Kad Lakadash Yahweh Lakam Shaba Thawan Zaka Rawan Thara Salaki Thara Iha Makwara'a Kwadash. Verse 25. Call Mala'akath Ibadah la'a tha'ai shawa waha quara bathum asha la Yahweh sa. Verse 26. Where the bar Yahweh al mashah la amar. Verse 27. It's like it. Ak ba'ai shawar laka dash hasha ba'aya hazaha wawam. It's like it. Yawam. Slaki Haka Parayum Hawa'a Makwa Ra'a Kwadash Yahweh Lakam Wa'ai Nayathum Ath Napa Shathayakam Waha Kwara Bathum Asha La Yahweh. Verse 28. Wakal Mala'aka La'a Da'ai Shawa Ba'ai Tazam Hayawam Hazaha Kaya Wayam Kaparayam Hawa'a Lakapar Ila Yakam Slaki Lapanya Yahweh Alahayakam. Where were we at? 28?
Yeah, that was it. You good.
7? All right.
Yeah.
Let's do Rock. Read from 21, 22 to 28, right?
Come.
You sure it's not 29? 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 20. Yeah, go ahead.
Come.
You know I gotta count. I was one of the short bus yellow kids. The short bus yellow buses. That's what I was.
I was bad Leviticus chapter 23, verse 22 in the English.
I can't see you, Rob. But go ahead.
It's all right. The world don't need to see this beauty.
All right.
And when ye reap the harvest of the land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of the field of thy field when thou reapest. Neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of thy harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger. I am the Most High your power. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, in the 1st day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Also on the 10th day of the 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. Ye shall be it shall be a holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High.
All right.
One more verse. Sir.
Go ahead.
And ye shall do no servile work in that same day, for it is the day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your power.
All right, let's get to the next one, for sake of time. So verse 29. In the Hebrew, Kaya, call. Anytime you want to jump in, sir.
Oh, okay, Khan.
Call.
Most correct.
Salaki. Kaya, call. Hanapash, Ashar, La'ah, Ha'ai na, Ba'ai Tazam, Hayawam, Hazaha, Wanakaratha, Slaki. Mataza, Slaki. Is that Ma'ai Mayaha, Slaki. Ma'ai Maya, verse 30. Wakal, Hanapash, Ashar, Tha'aisha, Call, Mala'akah, Ba'ai Tazam, Hayawam, Hazaha, Wahabadafya, Athar, Hanapash, Hawa'a, Makorab, Aima, verse 31, Call, Mala'akah, La'ah, Ha'ai, Tha'ai Shawa, Kakwath, Iwalam, Ladara Theakam, Bakal, Mashabath Yakam, verse 32, Shabbath, Shaba Thawan, Hawa'a Lakam, Wa'ai Nayatham, Ath, it's like Athar, Napa Shathayakam, Batha Sha'aiha, Lakadash, Ba'ai Rab, Ma'ai Rab, I Rab, Thasha Slaki, Thasha Bathawa, Shabathakam, Pa, verse 33. Where am I stopping at, Rock?
You gotta finish 35.
Where the bar Yahweh al Mashal la Amar, verse 34. The bar al Banya Yasha'ala la Amar. Slaki. Bakar Mashah Aishar Yawam Slaki Lakadash Hasha Ba'aya Hazaha Kaga Hasakawath Shaba Aitha Yamayam La Yahweh, verse 35. Bayawam Hara'a Shawan Makora'a Kwadash Kal Mala'akat Slaki Ibada La'ah Tha'ai Shawa. Go ahead, Rock.
Count out on one count.
This next one. You can explain this next one.
Okay.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 29. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people.
Yeah, so whatsoever soul it shall be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, meaning what? Meaning if you didn't partake in the fasting, if you didn't partake in the Day of Atonement, you didn't afflict your soul and not have, food or water from sundown to sundown. You know what I mean? You would be cut off from the nation of Israel. At this point in time, this is how you would be cut off. You know what I mean? But like the brother was dropping earlier, you know what I'm saying? Due to the fact that our King, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, you know what I mean? He came and gave his life for the nation. Brothers and sisters, we've all missed Passovers. We've all missed, high holy days of the Lord due to our oppressor being the devil that the Bible speaks of. Right. You know what I mean? But now, because our King took that hit for the nation, you know what I mean, we can all come back and we could come serve the Lord. We could come keep the high holy days of the Most High. We could come take back our culture. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 30. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people.
the same soul that shall do work in that same day. Now, you know what I mean, of course brothers got slaveries or what have you, you know what I mean, but this is, you got to understand, this was written to those who had rulership, you know what I'm saying, those who had authority and those who were like employers, you know what I mean, where they could decide who works and who doesn't work. You know what I mean? So it say, read that one more time for me, soldier, Bubba Kashaw.
And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day,
Right.
that same soul will I destroy from among his people.
That same soul will he destroy from among his people. This was the you know, the standard at one point in time. You know what I mean? This is when we had dominion and we were able to keep our high holy days to the fullest extent. You know what I mean? But now, you know what I'm saying, brothers and sisters, they in captivity, you know what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing that a brother or sister, they'll go to the slavery, you know what I mean, knowing that they slave master, you know what I mean, and they overseer is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's
and
right.
they'll still come and they'll still give it up to the Lord and come celebrate this high holy day. You know what I mean? The Lord ain't going to destroy you now, you know what I mean? But in the same breath, you know what I mean, this was once the standard for the nation. You know what I mean? You wasn't supposed to do no type of work in that day. You know what I mean? Go ahead, soldier.
Verse 31, ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generation in all your dwellings.
It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations and all your dwellings. You know what I'm saying? That meaning what? This is something that we were supposed to pass down through our generations. This was something that we were supposed to keep. You know what I mean? That these are the traditions that we were supposed to keep. You know what I mean? We're not supposed to keep the traditions of, you know, what you have going on. This whole garbage. Christmas, Halloween, and Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? All kind of nut stuff going on out here. You know what I mean? Grown man dressing up like Spider-Man and grown woman dressing up like Spider-Woman. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to keep that foolishness and be out here looking like a complete idiot. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be who the Lord called you to be. Come back and put on your culture. You know what I mean? Come back and put on what the Lord made you to be. You know what I mean? Read.
Verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day. For the month at even, from even unto even, shall ye celebrate your Sabbath.
That's right.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Meaning what? You know what I mean? This is a high holy day. You know what I'm saying? The Sabbath of rest, that's a high holy day. You know what I mean? The Sabbath day is a high holy day, and ye shall afflict your souls, and that's what we was supposed to do on that day. All right? And it says from even to even, meaning from sundown to sundown, shall you celebrate your Sabbath. All right, go ahead.
Verse 33. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying,
And the Most High was speaking on to Moses. Now Moses was on the scene, and this is who the Lord was dealing with at the time. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High is communicating with Moses, and this is what he wants him. This is what he said to him. Go ahead.
Verse 34. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying.
Speak on to the children of Israel, saying. Speak on to the children of Israel, right? So the Most High is telling Moses to speak on to the children of Israel. Did he say speak on to the Chinese?
Israel.
What did he say? Speak on to who?
Israel.
Did he say speak on to the Caucasians? No. What did he say? Speak on to who?
Israel.
You know what I mean? Did he say speak on to the Arabs? No, he did not. He said speak on to who?
Israel.
Did he say speak on to the Africans? No, he did not. Once again, who did he say speak on to?
Israel.
You know what I mean? Because the Lord only deals with so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I mean? He only deals with the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You know what I mean? And that's who this is specific to. This is something that's supposed to be directly communicated to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I mean? The Lord commanded Moses to go out there and drop it, you know what I mean, during his time. And what you got the priests and prophets of the Lord doing now. You got the priests and prophets of the Lord out here doing the same thing we've been doing since the beginning of time. Coming out here and telling our people to come back to serve the Most High. They tell our people to put back on their culture, to come take back their identity. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Count out of one count. Saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Most High.
For 7 days, you know what I'm saying? And this is how righteous the Lord is too, right? Now this is what I always peep this, right? I remember me and Azar, man. It was the last Feast of Tabernacles. Azar was giving it up on the grill, 8 days straight. You know what I mean? No breaks, busting it down, right? And I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, right before the Feast of Tabernacles, you got the Day of Atonement. Now it's just one day. One day you gotta afflict yourself. You understand? No food, no water. You understand? You know what I mean? One day, you can't give me one day with no food, no water, and then you tell me the Lord is gonna give you an 8-day party where you just feast and drink to the point of no end. You understand? That's crazy. You know what I mean? That's how righteous the Most High is, man. He said, I'm gonna cut y'all off, I'm gonna take that food and I'm gonna take that water from you.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But surely after, y'all gonna give it up.
That's right.
You're going to eat and you're going to drink until you're filled for 8 days straight. Go ahead.
35. On the first day shall be an holy convocation.
On the first day shall be a holy convocation. So this is the first day of the Feast of Tabernacles. You know what I'm saying? It's a holy convocation, meaning what? This is a separate gathering with so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We come together. You know what I mean? A holy convocation. Go ahead.
Count out of one
If
count.
I may, sir.
Yeah, come on, priest.
Israel loves to party. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I mean, you should see the smile on my face
Right.
when I walk into a black or Hispanic party.
That's right.
I'm like, when it's like, sometimes you might see a little Edomite here and there. In a perfect society, there will be no heathens at our parties.
That's right.
Imagine, you see, Poppy will party 8 days straight.
That's right.
That's just in him, right?
Yeah.
We like to party. The Lord has given us this time to really remember that in that wilderness, we was complaining and murmuring to Moses, right?
That's right.
We could have died in that wilderness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we was complaining. And that's how you know that's how you know the Lord chose the perfect people.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, I'll give you an example. If they were to drop a nuke, I can guarantee you, black people and Hispanic people survive that nuke. Like, we know how to survive no matter what.
Yeah.
But we're so hard-headed, right? But we know how to live in the projects.
That's right.
We know how to live without lights
Right.
and you know what I mean? When I was growing up, we used to draw food on the wall and just imagine eating that food. You know what I mean? That's how I grew up. In the project, we used to just draw food like, one day we're going to get this, right? But we know, like, he chose, like, I'm just letting you know, he chose the perfect, he cut out the perfect cloth, is what I'm saying, to make something that was from the gutter glorious. You know what I mean? Like, he took something that was like, everybody overlooked and said, and he took that and he made something glorious. I'm gonna pull up a scripture for this one. In Nehemiah, Rock, if you can get that for me real quick. And the reason why I'm pulling this up, and I pull it up every year, is because you're gonna have fake Israelites going out there thinking that they need tents. They need to go into the wilderness and set up tents. And they'll say, well, you guys weren't in the wilderness, and you you guys weren't in the forest. We did what the Lord told us to do. That's not what the Lord told you to do. Right? There was a reason why you was in that wilderness. And guess what? 99% of them that came out of Egypt didn't make it into the promised land, including Moses.
They want to
right?
That 99%.
Yeah, right? 99% of them that left Egypt from that generation, none of them made it into the promised land, including Moses. Right. Only 2 brothers made it into that promised land from that generation. So understand that we don't have our own land. We don't have a means to harvest anything that comes out of that land. We don't have any lamb. We went to the what did we go to? Slaughter of the lambs, and we were shocked. Most of us didn't even know what the hell. We didn't know how to kill a lamb. We were like, what the hell? You got brothers rubbing their heads, enticing the lamb, getting them. we didn't know what was going on because it's so foreign to us now because we've been in this captivity so long. But one day we will have all this. We will have the promise that the Lord gives. But let's go to Nehemiah real quick, because this is something that you have to understand, that you're gonna have a lot of these fake Israelites that are gonna tell you that the ISUPK is not doing what the Lord said to do, to go into the wilderness and to do this. Nah, brother, that's not. Let's go to Nehemiah chapter 14 real quick.
Nehemiah 14?
Yeah,
There's no 14.
8 and 14.
Oh, 8 and 14.
That's right.
Kind out of one kind.
Read that real quick.
Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 14. And they found written in the law which
They found what?
Written in the law.
Read that one more time.
And they found written in the
This
law.
is written in the law, right? Go ahead.
Which the Most High had commanded by Moses,
Go ahead.
that the children of Israel shall dwell in booths.
In what?
In booths.
Shall dwell in booths. Let's find out. Let's go. Let's keep reading.
In the feast. In the feast of the 7th month.
This is the 7th month. This is the Feast of Tabernacles is what it's talking about. Go ahead.
And they shall publish and proclaim in their cities in Jerusalem, saying, Go forth unto the mount and fetch olive branches,
Go ahead.
and pine branches,
Go ahead.
and myrtle branches, and palm branches, and branches of thick trees, to make booths,
As it is what?
as it is written.
As it is written. Keep going.
So the people went forth and brought them and made themselves booths,
Go ahead.
everyone upon the roof of his house.
Where?
The roof of his house.
Hold on. So, I thought they said we got to go into the wilderness.
Yeah, we're supposed to go to the woods.
Listen, if you in the projects right now,
You in a booth.
yes, you in a booth. Yeah, right? Roaches, rats. You in the booth.
Right.
The booth. You got to think how spiritual this is. The booth represents lowliness. It represents something from the dust. You know what I mean? That's why he said go get the palms and the branches. Get those things that you would never listen. You would never build a house with palms and branches or none of that, right? It represents coming back to what it was in the wilderness, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you had to do. The projects is like what it was in the wilderness. Living in the projects, right? The wilderness is not somewhere we wanted to stay, but because we was complaining and murmuring, the Lord extended that stay. We could have easily swept through that. The Lord extended that stay because He said, "I gotta make sure that these people are fit for this, for what I'm about to promise them." Just like the Lord today has to make sure that we're fit for the kingdom, He got to prove us today. But I just wanted to bring that up. We're gonna read the last 9. I'm gonna go through the last 9 and we're gonna finish it up. We are a little bit over the time. Let's finish it up. Verse 36. Shema Aitha, Yama Yum, Takoria Bawa, Asha. You can do the last 9. La Yahawa, Bayawam, Hasha Maya Naya, Makwa Ra'a, Kwadash, Yahawa Lakam, Waha Kwa Rabatham, Asha La Yahawa. Slakia. I Tazarath, Hawa'a, Call, Mala'akav, Ibada La'a, Tha'ai Shawa, verse 37. Alaha, Mawa I Daya, Yahawa, Asha, Thakwa Ra'awa. So here, Thakwa Ra'awa, Latham, Makwa Ra'aya, Kwadash, Lahakwa Rayab, Asha, La Yahawa, Alaha, Yama Naka, Zabak, Zabak, Wana Sayakam, Dabar Yawam, Daya Wamawa, verse 38, Malabada, Malabad, Shabathath, Yahweh, Wama Labad, Mutha Noah Thayakam, Wama Labad, Butter Rayakam, Wama Labad, called Naba, it's like, is that it? Naba, it's like it, Nutter, Boathayakam, Ashar, Thathanawa, La Yahweh, verse 39. Ak, Bakar, Mashah, Aisha, Yawam, Lahadash, Hashabaya Ayah, Ba'a Sapakam, Athar, Thaba Athar, Ha'arataza, Thakar Gawa, Athar, Kagar Yahweh, Shaba Aithar, Yamayam, where Salaki, Bayawam, Hara Asher 1, Shaba Thawam, Salaki, Shaba Thawan, Waba Yawan, Hasha Maya Ayah, Shaba Thawan, verse 40, where Kwa Katham, Lakam, Bayawam, Hara Ashawan, Paraya, Itazah, Hadar, Kapath, Hama Rayam, Waya Slaki, Wa Nup, Itazah, Slaki, Itazah Abatha, Wa Rabaya, Bakar, Slaki, Bakal, Washama Katham, Lapanya, Yahweh, Allahayakam, Shaba Aitha, Yahweh, Shlaki, Yamayam, verse 41. Wakar Gatham, Athawa, Hagar, La Yahweh, Shaba Aitha, Yamayam, Shabana, Kakwath, it's like it. I Walam, Letter Rathiyakam, Bakadash, Hasha Ba'aya, it's like it. Takagawa, Athawa, verse 42. Basakath, Thashabawa, Shaba Aitha, Yamayam, called Ha'a Zarak, Bayasha Allah, Yasha Bawa, Basakath, verse 43. Lama Ain, Yada Iwa, Slakia, Dara Thayakam, Kaya, Wasa Kayath, Haya Shaba Thaya, Atha Banya, Yasha Allah, Ha'a, what is a Ya Ayah? What is a Ya Ayah? Our thumb, Mara, Slakia, Mawarataza, Mataza Rayam, Anya, Yahweh, Allahayakam, verse 44. Where the bar, Mashah, Athar, Mataza Daya, Yahweh, Al Banya, Yasha Allah, Pa. You know you don't have to say that Pa. I know, I just. I'm in autopilot. It's autopilot. My mind is racing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 36. 7 days shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you. And ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. Verse 37. These are the feasts of the Most High, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice, and a drink offering, everything upon his day, besides the Sabbath of the Most High, and besides your gifts, and besides all your vows, and besides all your free will offerings, which ye give unto the Most High. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. And ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook. And ye shall rejoice before the Lord, before the Most High, your power 7 days. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Most High 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. That your generation may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Most High, your power. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord.
All right. Imagine we're gonna do the Lord's Prayer. All right. Rock, read it in the Hebrew.
You gotta blow the horn first. You gotta hold this while we read it.
Yeah, grab that.
So I'm treating it all delicate.
Now, want me to take this thing? Or,
Oh, you can take it.
all right.
Abano.
Abano.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Qudash.
Kodash.
Hayya.
Hayya.
Shonka.
Shonka.
Yahoo.
Yahoo.
Malakwaka.
Malakwaka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazayaka.
Ratazayaka.
Hayya.
Hayya.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'arataza.
Ba'arataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayya.
Hayya.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Natananawa.
Natananawa.
Lacham.
Lacham.
Ka.
Ka.
Yawon.
Yawon.
Wasalachanaw.
Wasalachanaw.
Kawawafyanaw.
Kawawafyanaw.
Kasalachanaw.
Kasalachanaw.
Kawawafyanaw.
Kawawafyanaw.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabaya'ayanaw.
Tabaya'ayanaw.
Banasayawan.
Banasayawan.
Abba.
Abba.
Hawashayanaw.
Hawashayanaw.
Mayat.
Mayat.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wahatapara. Oh, I always do that too. Salakia. Wahataparath.
Wahataparath.
La'aywalumium.
La'aywalumium.
Amun.
Amen. What we just read. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
in earth.
as
it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into
But
temptation.
deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever so be it.
Forever so be.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, let's clap it up for the Lord. All right, that was the Feast of Tabernacles. Don't forget, Black Watch with Commander Jerry Honda. Every Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Black Watch with Commander Jerry Honda. Tune in. ISUPK Boston on YouTube. We have it. Was it Boston No Cowards or
One West
No
Boston.
Cowards and One West Boston.
Yeah. You explain the classes real quick.
Classes are on ISUPK. Islaki is on
Back up a
Boston
little
No
bit.
Cowards on YouTube. Go to Boston No Cowards on YouTube for classes, and for our street teachers, our camps, you go on One West Boston.
All right, and with that, we're gonna end up Feast of Tabernacles. We're gonna get up together again on what, the 8th day? Is it October 8th?
8th, yeah, it counts.
October 8th. Tune in October 8th. And with that, we're gonna give a Slocky, if I may. Anything else I'm missing? Yeah, you can catch us on Facebook as well.
Cross the line.
Cross the Line is tuned in what? 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock tonight.
10 o'clock, Cross